Okay, this is a video about John Cena and how much I intensely dislike him. I'm seeing now on YouTube there's loads of Elimination Chamber reviews and thoughts and all that. And I was going to film a video last night when we all watched it. I filmed a little bit and then I just decided not to film all night really. I don't know why, I just didn't really feel like it. And it was just fun to, I don't know, rip on how bad most of the event was without having to get my camera out every 5 minutes. Anyway, I'll try and be quick with this. I thought the chamber matches were good. Really enjoyed the chamber matches. The first half of the SmackDown one was a bit slow and boring. But the fact that they put Cena and Kane as the main event, the ambulance match, it's the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, and it's not even the main event. I mean, it was the opening match, and then the mid-card match, and then there was 2 matches, and then it was Cena and Kane, or including the 2 matches. And I could almost say fair enough, because they put a lot of time and effort into the Cena, Kane, Ryder, Eve storyline, even though it hasn't been the best and it's been a bit questionable at times. And it ends like this. They show this video package. Oh, this heat-filled feud with Kane and Cena, and I remember there was a couple of weeks ago when Cena turned to the camera and he was like, I mean, they've conveniently not showed that in any of the replays. Apparently, they must have thought it was a bad idea because they haven't shown it since. So they're really driving home the idea that Cena's really angry about all this, even though he's trying not to embrace the hate. So we have Cena and Kane have this match, which was, I guess the circumstances around it made me think this a shit match. I hated it. I did not like the main event at all. It was boring. We were talking about Kane's glove for most of the match. We were just like, oh, it's weird how Kane always gets a glove that's one size too big because he's always pulling it up during his matches and stuff like that. And I don't know, it was just, they brawled around for a bit, and that's what you would expect. But there's a bit where Kane chokeslammed Cena through a table. He just took it like Hulk Hogan. Hardly lifted himself up at all, arm down. And there was a bit when he picked up the steel steps. He's going to hit Kane with them. He just kind of looks at the camera and he's like, "We're going to have some fun now." It's like, what? I should get frustrated by this, but I am, because Cena can be really good. And when he's intense, he's awesome. When he's intense and angry and beating people up, he's awesome. But when he's all goofy and, hey, we're going to have some fun now, and I was picking up the mic, hey, am I in the Fave 5? Like, oh, you're not The Rock. Don't do stuff that he was good at. Doesn't work for you. And maybe that is what he's doing. He's trying to do what The Rock used to do, like with his great matches with Foley and stuff. Doesn't work. And then he wins with the FU off the ambulance, which was cool, but at the same time it's like, oh, it's that box that you can't even see. Kane goes into the foam pit or whatever. And then Cena wins, which, we all saw coming. There was no other way it could end. He's got to go on to face The Rock. Now, what was this whole feud with Kane and Cena about? It was something for him to do before he faced The Rock, because he's not going to be in the Rumble, he's not going to be in the title picture. He's just got a match with The Rock, which is the huge, massive main event. So he needs something to do. So they put him in this feud with Kane. Fair enough. What should that feud do? Make Cena look good? Okay. Did it make him look good? I guess it did, but at the same time, at the end of the match, after Cena had been chokeslammed through a table and choked and wheeled around on a wheelchair and battered and everything by this monster Kane, he gets in the ring, he looks up at the WrestleMania sign, he starts dancing around like, I'm ready. Just completely no-sold the whole match. Like, it would have been so much better if Cena had kind of like staggered off, and saluted the fans like he normally does, but kind of holding his ribs or something. Like, oh, he's fought a hard battle there, but he's got through and he's won. That would be so much more effective. It would make him look better. But he just decides to kind of dance around like a goofball and grin and say, hey, let's have some fun. Awful. That was my rant on Cena. It can be great sometimes, and then sometimes he just does this goofy shit. It's the same with his promo skills. He's great on the mic when he's intense and, and going for someone. But most of the time he just does this goofy kind of toilet humour, and it's awful. What are you going to do? So yeah, overall Elimination Chamber, I didn't really enjoy the pay-per-view that much, apart from the chamber matches, and would have been annoyed if I'd paid for it. So there you go.